Hey, how you doing? David Taub here from nextlevelguitar.com. How are you? Today I want to show you this little pedal made by the good people at GLab. And what this is a dual vintage overdrive pedal. And it's a little different pedal than what is out there on the market today because it has so much functionality and they built it right into the pedal. And I'm going to play through it and explain all about it in this little module here reviewing this. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it's a very rugged piece of equipment, which you first thing when I got it, that's kind of like the first thing I look for with effects is, how is it built, because you're going to be stepping on it and kicking it and, so you really want something that's built well, that's going to take a beating. And this is certainly built well. And what's great about this pedal is it has 3 different switches so you can get and you could set it for all these different sounds. Now this is a vintage overdrive pedal, so the drive or the overdrive, the distortion in this pedal is very vintage sounding, very classic sounding. One of the things that I like about it is that the people at GLab who make these, or the designers that make these, really seemed, to me at least, to put some thought into not just the effect and how the effect sounds, but how can we make a pedal function-wise that can really help out players in the things that they need, right? So, most effects, step on, you got the effect, step off, it's off, and that's it. But with this, you can control, it has dip switches on the side, little switches, which allow you to set these 3 switches for a ton of different options. So for instance, you could set this first one, or channel 1, to true bypass, meaning that, let's say you have a really nice clean sounding amp and you want to keep that sound. Well, you set up this for bypass, so whenever this is on, the whole pedal is bypass. So you could set that up and still get your clean, or your, let's say you have a really good dirty rhythm sound that you want to keep. You could set that up where it's true bypass, and then you have 1 level of gain. Or you could set this up for, and this is how I'm going to set it up, you're going to set this up for your distorted rhythm sound, and then you could have a distorted lead sound, or 2 distorted rhythm sounds. Or you could set it up where all 3 of them are like dirty rhythm, heavier rhythm, and then a solo channel. And you could set that very easily through these switches. So it enables you to set this pedal up for whatever you need. So it's not just step on, it's on, and off, it's off. It's, okay, do I want to run through my amp clean, or do I want to run through maybe the pedal clean because it has boost functions? So the functionality of this, you could do so many things with this, and I'm not even going to be able to cover them all because I only have 11 minutes here on YouTube, right? So I'm just going to kind of do some broad brushstrokes. The other great thing about it is it has all these boost switches on each channel. So it has these treble and bass boost switches where you can kind of custom tailor the sound you're looking for as per your guitar or what pickups you're running or the amp. So it's nice to have those because, again, it gives you different tonal options. Or if you want to set certain ones up for maybe the same settings but just maybe a little bit boosted for the leads, you could just boost them. So it's really nice having these boost channels. Now it has an EQ, treble, mid, and bass in the center here with boost, and then it has for each of the drive channels, it'll have a gain or a distortion level and volume. It has an out for a tuner, which is nice because when you plug a tuner in here, it's the quiet function. So with the dip switches, it has kind of 4 different modes that you could set this to as per what you're looking for. Like you could set it for, like I'm going to have the channel 1 bypass, so it's just the amp, and then channel 2 will be, and then I'll have channel 1 and channel 2 set up as like a distorted rhythm and then a lead tone. Or you could do channel 1 set up, leave it through here, through the pedal, and go clean, crunch, and then full overdrive. Or you could do channel 1, channel 2, and then solo. So all these different modes are great, and you could set it up as per your needs as a musician. And that's why I really like, it's kind of like a thinking man's pedal. Like they really put time into not just the sounds, but also, hey, how are guitar players going to apply this? How are they going to be using this? How are they going to be using it live? So now I have the GLab DVO, Dual Vintage Overdrive pedal, plugged into the guitar. And basically here it's powered up through this, through the 9-volt DC adapter. And then I have the guitar running right into the guitar. And then I have the cable going from the out right into the amp. You can also run it through the effects loop. This pedal's very quiet too, and the switching is instantaneous. You don't hear any clicks. So that's another thing I look for in the pedals, how quiet they run, You know, is the switching instantaneous? Is there some kind of latency, delay? And when you click it, do you hear it, that clicking noise? This is really super quiet. And then the 3 different foot switches light up, which is nice on a dark stage. And then it has an indicator light to let you know what channel you're on. So I have the DVO set up right now where channel 1 is bypass mode. So I just have the amp, and this is true bypass, and I have the amp set up with just a little bit of bite. So it's clean with just a little bit of gain, so you get just that little punch, kind of like... a little bit of growl. All right, and so that could be like your light distortion channel, or if you back off the volume knob, see it really cleans up. So you can get a really nice clean sound that way. And then I have the second switch, or the second function set up for like a dirty rhythm channel, and that has a lot more gain set on it. It's a real kind of classic kind of... I really like that for that rhythm sound. You can even play single note lines. Kick it back to the other channel just so you could hear. This is again what I have set up as channel 1 or clean. You know, that's where same kind of lick. And going between channel 1 and 2, and you can kind of hear that difference. And then now I have channel, the solo channel, or the third button, set with a lot more gain. So you get that rhythm. So you can see you could really do a lot with this pedal. And another really nice thing that you can do is if you have an amp with multiple channels. Let's say if you have an amp with 2 channels, a clean channel and a distorted channel, right? So then with this pedal, that gives you 3 more options times 2. Then you have 6 different ways to go, because you could go, then you could set the pedal up like I have it with bypass, and then a gain stage, and then a higher gain stage. So then you could take those 3, combine them with the 2 you have. So you have those 3 combined with channel 1, your clean channel on your amp. So then you'll have the clean through the bypass of the DVO. Then when you hit the DVO, channel 2, you'll have that dirty rhythm, and then you'll have a lead tone. And then take it and switch to amp channel 2, and then you have the 3 more. you'll have the bypass, which gives you channel 2 on the amp, and then you'll have the double gain or the supersaturated rhythm, and then the supersaturated lead. So you see, if you have multiple channels with this, it like multiplies the amount of things you can do. That's the great thing about the pedals, where you have different stages of gain in them, or like this pedal where you could set it up with different functions, because it just gives you like unlimited possibilities. So make sure you visit the good people at GLab at their website at glab.com.pl, and I'll flash this on the screen. And also another shout out to Ben over at Black Hawk Music for sending me this DVO and having me check it out. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, you could always email Ben. So check all that out. Check out the good products from GLab and what Ben has to offer. Click on some of the links in the text box right here, and we'll take you to these fine products on our site. Take care. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon.